What is being trans like? Okay, so the microphone works. I'm a little bit scared because of the way that I talk. I talk very breathy. I'm a little scared that this is going to be atrocious to listen to. Like, it's going to be an atrocity. I know it. Okay, I'm going to try to not, sigh into the mic. I almost said microwave, guys. What the heck? I'm going to try to not sigh into the microphone, but I might just because this rant is going to be... It's going to be giving. Why the do I look like Mr. Potato Head? What the heck? Let me fix that real quick. Okay, my hair, she is giving. Like, she is giving everything she needs to. I mean, I might look a little odd, but otherwise it's okay. So, what is being trans like? Good question. Let me preface this by saying, this is gonna be, like, my own experience. Because, of course, not everyone is gonna have the same experience because being trans is such a wide... Bro, what the fuck? Being trans is such a wide spectrum of, like, different things, and, like, it means different things to different people, but I'm just gonna tell you what being trans for me is like, and what that experience has brought me to. I really hope I don't ramble on for too long because I can ramble for a really long time sometimes. Okay, so, first, I guess, how did I find out I was trans? So, guys, my trans awakening, for those who don't know, like, for those who aren't, like, in the... Okay, so, for those who, like, don't know, like, a lot of LGBTQ plus terms, that's cool, that's chill. But essentially, by the way, y'all, when I do this, I am picking at my nose and, like itching it almost. It's like a weird stim I do. I'm not picking my nose, okay? I'm, like, picking at the skin on it. It's a temptation I have with these long nails. Anyway, so why can't I think of what I wanted to say? Oh, yeah, so my trans awakening. Quick little disclaimer. Since it seems that I didn't care to explain it, I promise you I do, just keep watching. I explain it a little later. So, my trans awakening was... This is really bad. So, essentially, like, the things I can remember that, like, were really, like, put it into perspective, like, oh, like, it's not like, I don't like him, like, I don't have a crush on him, like, these are fictional characters, by the way, like, don't worry, like, they're not real people, but, like, I don't have a crush on him, like, I want to be him, type shit, which, bro, okay, so, one of them was, it was Morty from Rick and Morty, and then also Rick from Rick and Morty, too, and think of that how you will, but, so those two, and then, and who was it? It was someone real bad. It was, oh, Kenny from South Park. Yeah. So, anyway, so those are, like, what kind of, like, made me, like, realize, but obviously I've known from a really young age that, like, oh, I really don't feel like a girl type shit. So, because, like, I know that's not a thing that, like, people talk about it, yes, but, like, not a lot of people talk about that in, like, videos like this. But the reason I'm bringing it up is because I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, like, especially to younger kids who don't need to be targeted, like, they can't decide their own gender identity, like, they're too young, like, they're just confused. Be so real right now. Like, yes, I get there are certain situations in which that is the case. Like, I understand there are certain situations. Yes, I understand there are certain situations where, like, the parent, like, in online presences will be forcing the kid to be trans. Like, yeah, that's a whole different story. Like, that's a whole different thing. But I'm just referencing, at the moment, like, actual trans kids who, like, just, you know, they just are getting hate for no reason because they're just young. Like, I've known that I wasn't, like, I didn't know what it was, but, like, I knew since I was a really young age that I wasn't a girl. Like, that's just kind of how it is. And, because like there would be genuinely so many times where like when I was younger, like I would always want to be doing like the boys were doing, and like for a while I was allowed to, like I wanted the boy toys, I wanted like the boy clothes, which by the way there's no clothes, like there's no gender to clothes, but I wanted all the stuff that was more masculine. But then it was very confusing because I also really liked the idea of being really feminine too. And so, that was something that, like, when I first found out I was trans, like, it's been, like, a whole thing with me inside because it's like, well, I want to be a boy and, like, I want to be seen as a boy. And, like, I like things that, like, maybe females don't exactly see as interesting, like girly females. But the thing is, or, like, the traditional idea of a female. But the thing is, it's like more of just, sorry if I can't make eye contact, that really freaks me out. Like eye contact freaks me the out. So sorry if I like keep looking all around. But okay, I can't eat the mic. Sorry. Sorry y'all, that was probably really gross. Anyway, what was I talking about? I look like a fish out of water right now. Why can't I think of what I was just talking about? Oh yeah, but like I also I wanted to be seen as a boy, but like I wanted to be really feminine too still, and like do like more feminine presenting things. And so that's always been a difficulty for me. I guess moving on to the next thing, the main reason why I wanted to talk about this isn't like it's my experience, but like one thing that I know most trans people can probably relate to. And I know I'm talking really breathy right now. I can feel it on my fingers, and I know this is going to be atrocious to listen to. But essentially just being outed. Being outed, it's not cute. It's not quirky. It's not funny. If you out a trans person or someone for their sexuality, like, I'm sorry. I apologize. But no, there is no reason that, like, I'm probably going to edit that out, but just know I said something really not nice. But anyway, so it's like genuinely, why? Like, what in you possessed you to out someone? Like, I don't even care if you genuinely despise this person. There is no reason for that. And like for me, I haven't really had it as bad. Like, I'll give you my experiences with being outed, but like I've had friends who have been outed in front of their whole like grade, which is so insane to me because it's like, how do you dislike someone that much that you can genuinely like make them feel so horrible? Because let me tell y'all something. No matter who you are, no matter if you're trans or not, I'm just trying to genuinely spread information. And let me tell you, being outed is not pretty. It makes the person feel immensely horrible. And it makes the other person look like an insane, like, I'm sorry. That's just how it is. So please, if you're the type of person that outs someone for something, like, it's not like a bad thing, like it's like being anywhere in the LGBTQIA plus community, get off of my page, please. Like, leave and never come back. Like, you can come back if you improve yourself, but until then, get off the page. Like, leave. I don't want you here. My experiences with being outed are, I've been outed in front of my papa, who is he's my grandpa, by the way, not my dad. He's very, very, very homophobic. Or not homophobic. He's transphobic, but not homophobic. I know, it's really weird, right? Like, okay, let me explain. He's okay with being gay and being lesbian. And I really don't think he acknowledges being bi or pan or omni or any of that. But he's okay with liking the same sex as you. But the moment you try and change your gender, because this is one thing that I've tried to get across to him numerous times, is here's the thing. Gender and sex, and this is one thing I want y'all to know too. Gender and sex are different. They're two very different things, y'all. Sex is the thing that you are assigned when you were born. And one thing I think people forget is, like, when people like are non-binary, then people will be like, that's not possible. You can't be no gender because that's not even an option when you're born. Be so for real. Did we just not learn about basic biology, guys? Like, girl, people who are intersex exist, and it's a lot more common than you think. I can promise you that. Like, here are the stats. Here are the stats for, like, the amount of intersex people per burst, or whatever I looked up to put into this video when I was editing it. But intersex people do exist, and if you're like unsure about what an intersex person is, it's someone who, in the best way I can explain it, and like go do your own research if like you're curious, because obviously I don't know everything and I'm not an expert, but it was just like some minimal research I did when I had a friend who was intersex, who identified as female. So what is being intersex? Being intersex is being born with the not traditional parts, I guess. Like, you can have like the main chromosomes to be a guy, yet still have like female parts. And sort of same thing with like, you can have the essential chromosomes to be a girl but still have male parts, or you can have both too, I think. So, like, you can be born with both female and male parts. Sorry if that sounded really immature. It's just like, I don't know what YouTube's guidelines are, and I'm trying to keep this video open to everybody, hopefully, just because like I want everybody, especially the people who are younger, who really don't have an option, and like the internet is kind of their home, to be able to watch this and kind of relate to it. Sorry if the camera angle changed. My phone ran out of storage, so I had to delete stuff on it. Being outed. So I've been outed in front of him, and like that wasn't fun, because it's not like he really, like, he was unsupportive of it, but like it was sort of those things where like he was so in denial that he didn't even bring it up with me. So that wasn't that bad, but it still didn't feel great to like have a piece of like information that I should be able to pick who I can share it to be randomly told. And the other thing too, though, is what was it? Oh yeah, I've also been outed to, like, in my grades group chat, not in person, but like in a Snap group chat, right? Or like not to the 8th grade group chat, but like to just like a group chat with a lot of people from my grade in it, because technically I'm not in 8th grade anymore, but this is pretty recent still, because like I'm going into 9th grade, so it is summer of 9th grade for me right now, meaning I am going into high school. I'm going into my freshman year. That kind of means that was pretty recent. Yeah, no, it just sucks all around, because it's like, especially though with your peers, because then like you don't know who to like feel safe around, and especially after that happens, like if you have social anxiety, or even if you don't, like I feel like your anxiety with like social situation gets like it skyrockets, because like I didn't really mind people, but like for a little bit after that, like anytime anyone would look at me or like even glance in my direction and then talk to their friends or start talking about it, I would think that they were talking about me being trans, and that hurt. So, because it hurts to know people that, like, especially your friends though too, when they've known you for forever and they find out something like that about you and you think you can trust them, and then randomly they drop you for no reason. Like, that hurts too. So being outed sucks. That's essentially how I can talk about that. I don't have much else to talk about. I'm sure throughout the rest of this, like the extent of however long my channel lasts, like if I ever make it, then I'm sure I'll talk about it a lot more. But as for right now, I kind of just wanted to talk about getting outed and what that's like. And to anyone who's gotten outed, I am so sorry for you, and I'm sorry that happened. And then for anyone who has decided to, and like I'm not even talking about with just being trans, I'm talking about with being like gay, with being lesbian, with being anything that you shouldn't have been outed for, right? And then for anyone who has outed someone, why? What did you see behind it? Like, and if you've changed since then and the comments are open, go ahead, like write your experience in the comments and tell us why you decided to do it, and give us all the context if my comments are open, And don't hate on each other in the comments or ever on my page, please. Even if you disagree with someone, you can disagree with someone and still be respectful to them. But anyway, yeah, so this was a more serious video, and it was sort of a different kind of video because it was like ranting. But I will see y'all next Monday, and I love you. Bye. Like and subscribe. Oop. Okay. I want to see if this microphone works, so I'm just testing this out. What is trans? Sorry. For what in normal, sorry.